When you need legal guidance, MyLegalWhiz is your convenient online legal resource and assistant. Start by going to credits.mylegalwhiz.com. Once logged in, type, for example, MGCQ, which stands for Modified General Community Quarantine, and all information related to MGCQ will appear. Click the link and you'll see guidelines for areas under MGCQ. If you need assistance, we have Leah. Leah stands for Legal Engineer Assistant. She helps in doing legal research and writing documents. But before that, you need to know how to use Leah's page. First is the drop-down menu. This allows you to choose what type of document, task, or request you need from Leah. Then type your request or concern. In this text box, you can ask any legal question that you have for Leah. For example, if you're a landlord and you want to know if you can start collecting rent during ECQ, it's just as easy as typing your question. You can even attach a file for Leah's reference. You'll receive an email confirming that we have received your inquiry. In a short while, you'll receive a notification with Leah's response. Go to your inbox, click View, and see the answer. Let's try to search for another topic. All information related to video conferencing will appear. MyLegalWhiz also allows you to download forms for a specific amount of credits. You can do that by selecting Legal Forms in the menu bar. Let's say you want to download a training agreement form. Click the green button so you can fully download it. You may download it in different file formats found in the upper right corner. You can now use it for your intended purposes. Can't find what you're looking for? Ask Leah. And that's why MyLegalWhiz is the best digital legal assistant.
Attorney Dexter Feliciano, the owner and founder of MyLegalWhiz online platform. Our MSME guests who will be sharing their stories later. Mr. Sherwil Palet, owner of Luntian Pinas Consumer Good Trading, and Mr. John Eric Calderon, owner of Creative 28 Web Solutions. Other MSME participants, DTI staff from the regional office, and of course, our Negosyo Center business counselors, and to all the viewers via FB Live, good morning, naimbag abigat tayo amin. The pandemic COVID-19 has become a major game changer that brought us to the new normal world that we have today. Look how we have transitioned from the usual big crowd seminars to webinars like this. Less physical interaction, but still efficient and effective. The internet has not only brought people closer, but has likewise leveled the playing field for businesses. Thus, the need to take advantage of the internet and social media as important tools in information dissemination and communication. We are indeed very fortunate that even legal services can now be accessed online. We thank MyLegalWhiz through Attorney Dexter Feliciano for giving this opportunity to our MSMEs in the Ilocos region. We commend your team for coming up with a program like this to reach more people, especially the masses. Hopefully, access to legal knowledge will help our businesses arrive at more sustainable decisions for their businesses. Today, we will all be introduced to MyLegalWhiz, an online platform that aims to empower people and enterprises by providing a convenient way of accessing legal knowledge and services. This is knowledge through technology coming to us. Let us all erase the notion that legal education is necessary only for those who want to pursue law as a profession. Studying law is very important for everyone. Basic knowledge of the law is helpful for everyone to tackle and understand several issues, from fundamental rights to consumer rights, and of course, the legal implication of running our businesses. Awareness of our responsibilities and rights and access to legal services and information are basic to any individual or to any business to become more responsive to possible risks in the environment. We may not need to consult lawyers anymore in person because they can now be reached along with other legal information materials in just a click of our fingertips, right in the comforts of our homes. To our MSMEs, this will help your businesses access sources about your legal concerns. You can get reliable and customizable legal and business forms and research assistance anywhere. Get legal research assistance on topics about labor, corporate governance, commercial transactions, and taxation, among others. To our DTI staff and our Negosyo Center business counselors, this will capacitate you in your respective roles to give serbisyong higit pa sa inaasahan to our clients. I encourage everyone to make the most out of this activity and learn more so we could provide better services to our clients. Cliche but still, knowledge is power. Knowledge of the law enables us to reason out in an adverse situation. MyLegalWhiz is here to empower us. Let us use this to our advantage. Maraming salamat.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning po, good morning.
Hi, Miss Michelle. Miss Michelle, we cannot hear you. Mm. Ayan. Good morning po sa lahat ng nanonood. Parang hindi natin marinig, no? Hello? Okay, sige po. Ayan.
Ayan.
Ayan po.
This one po, okay na po.
Yes.
Ayan.
Good morning.
Okay, so good morning po and good morning po sa ating mga viewers right now. Magandang umaga po. And you've just heard po yung regional director po ng
Okay na.
Department of Trade and Industry Region 1. That is the Regional Director Grace Palpi Baluyan. Ayan. So thank you so much po, Ma'am Grace, for the very wonderful message para po sa ating mga MSMEs. Okay, so for this morning, we will be having our regional online caravan for MyLegalWhiz. And before anything else, I am Ms. Michelle Moreno Villanueva, one of the coordinators of the Negosyo Center program in DTI Region 1. And with us here, kasama din po natin head of one of the technical divisions in DTI Regional Office. We have Ma'am Yeva Lois Pinapada. Good morning, Ma'am Yeva.
Good morning, Ma'am Yeva.
Ayan. Then kasama din po namin from MyLegalWhiz team headed by the CEO and founder of MyLegalWhiz. We have Attorney Dexter Feliciano. Good morning po, Attorney.
Good morning, ma'am. Morning, Miss
Ayan.
Michelle.
Yes po. And of course, we are very, very thankful kasi napaunlakan po yung ating invitasyon. We have our entrepreneurs here in Region 1 and both of them are mentee graduates of the Kapatid Mentor Day program ng DTI. So we have the owner and manager of Luntian Pinas Consumer Goods Trading. We have Mr. Sherwin Palet. Good morning to Sir Sherwill.
Good morning, Sherwill.
Morning. And then we also have the owner of Creative 28 Web Solutions and operator of the Collab Space. We have Mr. John Eric Calderon. Good morning, Sir John Eric.
Hello, good
Magandang umaga
morning
po sa
to.
lahat, maging sa
Hello
viewers
po,
po
good
natin.
morning everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we are also being live stream po, no, ng almost 57 Negosyo Center Facebook pages all over the
Yes.
region. That's why we
Mm-hmm.
also would like to say hello and good morning sa ating mga magigiting na business counselors sa Region 1. Ayan, kumusta kayo mga business counselors? Good morning sa inyo dyan. And of
Good morning
course,
po sa mga business counselors.
to all our MSMEs in the region na imbag abigat kada kayo amin, okay? So, as I have mentioned a while back po, no, we are having the regional online caravan ng MyLegalWhiz team. So, para ma-explain po sa atin further kung ano po ba itong MyLegalWhiz team, I bring you the owner and founder of MyLegalWhiz, Attorney Dexter Feliciano. Attorney Dex?
Yes, thank you, Miss Michelle, and we really appreciate first, no, the message of RD Grace Baluyan. Napakaganda po ng message niya, and during this pandemic talaga, we were able to adjust because of online systems. So right now we are doing a conference using digital platforms like Facebook, and here we have StreamYard. So we're very lucky na hindi na po tayo kailangan mag-travel and meet together to prevent any, any potential outbreak. So salamat din po sa ating DTI representatives, sa ating mga guests na si Jeric and Sherwill na magre-relay po ng kanilang kwento later. So before we start with the actual tutorial, so we would just want to give a brief background of this online caravan. Ito po yun. No? We want to remind everyone, so ito po ang ginagawa ng DTI natin. That's why we partnered with DTI. Sabi mismo ni Pangulo, no, we want or we need to make all possible services available online. Sabi nga rin ni RD na even legal services can now be provided online. Kung makikita nyo po yung logistics natin ngayon, e-commerce, no, magkukwento po yung mga MSMEs natin mamaya. Logistics din po ito, delivery of legal services online. Dati, kailangan pang tawagan ang abogado or puntahan sa opisina. Ngayon, hindi na po. You just need to use your smartphone, tablet, or computer anywhere you are to ask for legal guidance, to access legal knowledge content, or legal and business forms or documents. So basically, 99% na kailangan ninyo for your business na legal ay nandito na sa MyLegalWhiz. So I want to introduce also our partner, no, si Patrick Mabilog, who is our speaker for the new normal ng mga businesses. So Patrick, what can you say about our new normal?
Morning, everyone. Good morning. Morning, attorney. Good morning, DTI Region 1. Thank you for having us. Tama, Dex. I was just listening sa sa message ni RD Grace, and I couldn't agree more that there is really a shift of times. Times are changing, and I don't think we will be going back. How we wish, no? Baka if you're here today and you're saying na I'm waiting for the day that we'll go back to normal. Pero po, I'm sure you've heard this already said that we are now entering a new normal. So I'm sure that things will become better. I'm very optimistic that the COVID-19 pandemic will subside with time. We will bounce back as businesses, but definitely things will not be the same after this. Kasi po, even before the pandemic, things were already changing. Diba? Things were already changing even before coronavirus came in. Digitization all of a sudden, like si RD Gray said, has leveled the playing field. Ngayon po, with the rise of the internet and all of these service software businesses and social media and all of this, our lifestyle is changing. Ito po nga sabi ng ni Laura Kane, who's the head of UBS Wealth Management. She said that because of this fourth generation or the fourth industrial revolution, which is now the digitization of technology, of business and life, there is an increased digital lifestyle. All of a sudden, we are working from home, we are working online, whether you are a virtual professional talaga, or maybe even if you are a brick and mortar business, there is an increased level of work done online. There is e-learning. All of a sudden now, people are going to YouTube, to Google, even to Facebook sometimes to get new information, news, technical knowledge, and all of these things. We're now shopping online. We're now getting entertainment online. I'm sure that many of us today, we have either a Netflix account or we're using our social media accounts to get entertainment. And of course, as well, labor markets have been shifting towards online technology. There are jobs today, which I'm sure yung guests po natin, si Sherwill tsaka si Jeric, can agree with this. 10 years ago, our jobs, I'm also an online professional. I'm an online business consultant. I help build online systems for virtual teams. These jobs did not exist 10 years ago. But now the labor market has shifted. There are new jobs coming out, and there will be more new jobs coming in the next couple of years. So if you're a business owner po dito, or if you're planning to start a business, it's really important to think about technology when you're thinking about the jobs that you will create, the jobs that you will get, the kinds of industries you will get into. And then lastly, of course, sabi din ni Laura Kane that there are now more localized production advances in robotics. And I think the bigger application of this is artificial intelligence. And MyLegalWhiz po is one example of that, where we're using technology now, and technology is thinking for us. It's processing information for us, so we can just consume the content. That's the way that we see artificial intelligence. Dati po yung inakala natin na artificial intelligence is like the movie Terminator. Merong mga robots, 'di ba, that are fighting. Pero now, artificial intelligence has changed. We now have Siri, 'di ba? Where you can just ask Siri or ask Google Dictate. Of course, these are not perfect technologies, but I think in the next 5 years or probably even sooner, this will grow. So as a business now, the question is, how are you using these kinds of technologies to leverage the way that you market, the way that you operate, the way that you distribute? Ngayon po, you can, it's so easy to build, and I'm sure si Sherwill can agree with this because he's in e-commerce. Now you can build a shop online, whereas before, you had to have a place in the mall, which of course, don't get me wrong, that's still important. But even if you don't get a place in the mall, you can start selling your products online. So that's how it's happening right now. And Lawrence Summers, the President Emeritus of one of the departments of Harvard University, said this, that COVID-19 era is a period of renewal and great potential. Now, of course, we don't want to discount the fact that there are challenges that are happening. That's definitely true. We acknowledge the problems and the pain points that yung mga SMEs po natin are facing today. But we also want to encourage you that there is a lot of opportunities din po out there. And that's the reason why we're doing this caravan, is because we want to provide you with insights and opportunities as to what you can do now. We're in the middle of this crisis, and what we're supposed to do after the crisis. Kasi po, again, like I said, just to wrap it up, things will change. We're coming into a new normal. Digitization will just go a lot faster after COVID-19. There are already reports of companies saying that even after COVID-19, we will still continue work from home operations, probably not full. Dex, di ba, we were just talking about this, na parang some companies are starting to think about maybe 3 out of the 5 days of the week will be work from home, and then 2 will be in office. So basically, there's a lot of changes that are going to happen in the next few years.
Yes, I agree, Patrick. No, I also want to, again, sa mga nanonood po natin, reminder lang po, you have MyLegalWhiz access. It's free to sign up. just sign up for free at credits.mylegalwiz.com and input DTIR1_500. Ito po ang code ng Region 1. No, these are 500 credits that you can use to download legal content, information, legal forms, and also get answers from legal questions. So, sabi nga kanina dinidiscuss ko before the show is MyLegalWhiz is basically the digital legal department for all small businesses and entrepreneurs. Yung pag-shift nga natin sa online enabled us to be able to provide these kinds of services. So ito po ang isa, sinabi nga ni RD, no, studying law is not only for lawyers or law students, pati po mga negosyante natin and public, we were be able to enable them to study basic legal rights and obligations using MyLegalWhiz. So makikita po natin yan dyan sa MyLegalWhiz. And of course, yung period of renewal, Patrick, no? Sabi nga, kanina nga nagkukwentuhan tayo with Sherwill and Jeric. No, they were able to shift si Sherwill from a business na kailangan ng physical presence to online presence. So what a great opportunity, because if you will look at the screen, Filipinos now the world's heaviest internet users po. No, specifically sa social media, we have more than 70 million social media users. No, lahat halos nasa Facebook. So yan ang realidad natin ngayon. And of course, no, reminder for everyone yan. And we also have an app. So for those who have signed up to MyLegalWhiz, meron po tayong app na pwede nyong i-download. Pero iOS app po ito. You don't need actually the app. It's actually a support lang dun sa web applications natin. Pero you can access this using your iOS devices. Yan. So siguro before we start with the testimonial of our MSMEs, we start with MyLegalWhiz tutorial. So pakita po natin dito. No, number one, no, we want to support all businesses. MyLegalWhiz po ay nagbibigay sa bawat negosyo ng legal na kaalaman, tulong at proteksyon. So it looks like this po, no? For those who have signed up already, ganito ang itsura niya. No, click nyo lang po ito. Just sign up. Continue to sign up. Meron kayong built-in na 500 credits, MLW 500, tapos idadagdag lang po yung DTI R1_500. So since meron na akong access, I will just click on this one and then makakapag-log in na ako. Natin. Yan. Yun. This is actually one of our services. No? So MyLegalWhiz na dash, thank you. You can search. Iba lang yung look niya. Pero here sa MyLegalWhiz, you can access any legal knowledge that you need. For example, sa business, you want to type, for example, contract of employment. So makikita nyo po lahat dyan yung contracts of employment. Sa MyLegalWhiz, you can go to the legal form section. It will give you all the contracts of employment. Yan. From project, regular, probationary. So you don't need to scour over or check, filter pa yung Google. Dito immediately nandyan na po ang project, yung contract of employment ninyo. You can also have all the agreements that you need for businessmen. So para na talagang digital legal department na to for small businesses, Patrick. So for everyone who's watching, no, dati we weren't able to access, hindi kasi accessible sa lahat yung quality legal assistance eh. Kaya nga tayo may public attorney's office. Kaya lang, ang problema rin ngayon with the public attorney's office, hindi mo naman din ma-reach kasi nga, kung hindi ka online, kung hindi ka present, wala silang presence online, hindi mo rin sila makontak kaagad-agad. Pero ito, 24/7, you can access it using credits.mylegalwiz.com or web.mylegalwiz.com. I-discuss natin po yan mamaya. These are the agreements, contacts. So these are all the contracts. So kanina, I want to ask later si Jeric, no, yung mga about software agreements. For sure, meron silang mga ganyan, mga royalty contracts, licensing agreements. Pero pwede na kayo makakuha dito, especially yung mga nagtatrabaho online. So not only forms, no, we can access all the legal knowledge that are relevant to business, like taxation. Type taxation here. Get the discussion on taxation. Pwede nyo pong i-check using your system. I'm using MyLegalWhiz, web.mylegalwiz.com. Hintay lang po natin yung ma-open yun sa credits. But this one also has the same database as credits.mylegalwiz.com. So yan po, all the taxation requirements, business registration. So syempre sa DTI po yan, BMBE. So kahapon we had a question about BMBE. No, ang importante po dito is hindi na po, tama ba, Lovely, and of course Michelle, na sa negosyo center na sila pupunta for BMBE registration?
Hi, good morning po, attorney. Yes po, yung pag-process po ng application ng BMBE sa negosyo center.
Can they also apply sa City Hall like sinasabi ng batas? O sa negosyo center na?
Initially, sir, sa LGU
yun.
Tapos
Importante po yun, no? Thank you, Lovely, no? So they can get a certificate of authority ba tawag doon to operate as a PMBE?
Hindi siya certificate to operate, sir. Parang registration.
Okay, it's a registration. Parang certificate na they can, they are registered as a BMBE. And it's good for 2 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
2 years, renewable for another 2 years. In any case, importante po ang BMBE kasi we want to integrate our informal sector, kahit na po maliit lang po ang capitalization ninyo, to the mainstream economy. Kaya po nagbibigay sila ng tax incentives, walang tax operations, exempted sa minimum wage law. You can access training and technical assistance from DTI, and also priority sa mga credit institutions. So importante po for our micro businesses to register sa BMBE, especially pag less than 3 million ang capitalization. Or ang assets, I think. Assets ang importante. So, ganyan po ang MyLegalWhiz. You can access anything inside MyLegalWhiz. Let's try another one. Edit. Yan. COVID-19. You can click on COVID-19 and then all the regulations about COVID-19 will appear. Yan. DTI and DOLE, the guidelines of workplace about COVID-19. 0 po ang credits ko. So, ang maganda po nito is if you want to put the credits, you just need to click on the credits button and put MLW 500. Yan po. And then load credit promo code. Sa lahat po ng mga nagtatanong kung paano mag-register ng credits, ilagay nyo lang po yung MLW 500. Click this button, click MLW 500, and then the DTI R1. Yan. R1 underscore 500. And then po, you can load the credit promo code. Yan. Since nagamit ko na po yon yung mga credit promo codes ko, hindi ko na makuha yung credits kasi it's only exclusive for DTI R1 underscore 500. So try nyo po yan pag may access na po kayo sa MyLegalWhiz. So it looks like this. Yung pinakita ko po kanina is another version of MyLegalWhiz, but it has the same database. So lahat po ng contracts, again, ulitin natin, contracts nandito na. You can ask questions. Good morning po sa lahat. So yung mga lease agreements, nandito rin po. Lease agreements, deeds of sale. Yan. Equipment lease. So ito is sa mga companies. Warehouse lease. So once you click, for example, no, meron kang exclusive distributorship agreement. Pag kinlik nyo po yan, makikita nyo, yan. Since 0 ang credits ko, I need to buy 500 credits for this exclusive distributorship agreement. This is customized for distributors. Ayan po. The preview, you will see the preview. Kung kailangan nyo po to, you need to, for example, get 500 credits. You can use your 500. Pero a lot of the agreements here, like affidavits, deeds of sale, hindi po umabot ng 500. This contract of distributorship agreement is detailed. So lahat po ng deeds nandito, yung deeds of absolute sale of land. Nandiyan na rin. And it's 100 credits. So imagine nyo, if you will let a lawyer do this, it might be expensive. So with Patrick, for example, yung experience mo dito, Patrick, about drafting a contract, how much does it really cost for a deed of sale or deed of sale of automobile?
I remember a few years back when I sold my first car. Kasi yung ano po nun, yung I sold it for about 150,000 pesos. Yung basic fee is 2% at least of the total sale. So with that, I would have spent about 3,000 pesos for the contract alone. So wala pa po yung notarization nun.
Yes, oo. Pero dito 100 credits lang. So before you notarize it, so pwede mo nang gawin dito. You can use your 100 credits to have a deed of absolute sale of a motor vehicle. So going back, no, kasi we are concerned with the COVID pandemic. So we want to show how the knowledge database helps. So sa knowledge po, you can type, for example, yung mga auto loans during COVID pandemic. Meron na po tayo, reminder po sa mga viewers natin, meron na po tayong Bayanihan Act 2, which has extended the grace period for paying loans until December po, December 31. So 2 months pa, October, November, December, yes, halos 3 months. No, 3 months ang grace period natin. Pero dito sa MyLegalWhiz, pag tinype mo, for example, do I need to pay my loans due during MECQ, meron pong sagot dyan. So makikita nyo po dyan lahat. So it's very important also, Ms. Michelle, to get the insights and questions from our MSMEs So let's start na siguro for Jeric and Sherwill to share their experience. Yes, Miss Michelle, hindi ka namin marinig, naka-mute ka. Ayun.
Ayan. So, pwede po nating simulan po siguro kay Sir Sherwill. Ano po yung question ulit, attorney?
Yes, with Sherwill, we want to ask you this question. Now, what were you able to do now that you weren't able to do during the before the pandemic in your business?
Ayan, thank you so much opportunity. Well, ano po, like I said, I've been to photography and film for a couple of years now, and we have a physical studio here in San Fernando. Pero nung nagka-pandemic, everyone like including me or our business talagang bumagsak po kasi there's no events, walang events industry, and yun yung lifeblood ng aming business po. So nag-close down yung office namin. That's the best solution that we have. Pero luckily, dahil din sa pandemic, sabi nga nila parang two sides of the coin, nagkaroon ng ganon na negative, and then positively, I was able to reach out or try again doing e-commerce. I tried it 2 years before, international market, pero I really failed. And then parang sa frustration ko, I stopped. So, ngayon, dahil nagka-pandemic, I tried to do it locally, Philippines. And then, ayun, somehow, it worked. Ang maganda po, dahil dun sa training din ng DTI, and medyo naaral ko yung parang backbone ng business. Tapos yun, kasama ko rito yung commenti ko from DTI, Sir Jeric. I also asked him for advices, and then also advice for my website para ma-set up ng maayos. Yun po yung mga ginawa kong steps or to bounce back nitong pandemic. And siguro dahil din sa pandemic, wala rin naman choice yung tao but to order online, 'di ba? So, 'yun, medyo nag-click po talaga yung e-commerce business.
Nasa food delivery ka ba sa e-commerce mo, or just delivering any goods?
Any consumer goods po, pero hindi po food, mga actual products, ganon. Right now po, ano kami, we're selling essential oils and humidifiers. Ganon po yung niche ng business namin.
Ang galing, Patrick, no? So how they shifted, so how Sherwill shifted from the face-to-face business to online because of the training also of the DTI. So sa lahat po ng nanonood na businessmen, na meron po tayong anong tawag dito, Miss Michelle? Yung training assistance ng DTI. Naririnig ba kami ni Miss Michelle? Ayan. Yes, yung kasi may binanggit si Sherwill about yung assistance ng DTI, kaya siya was able to shift from photography and videography business to e-commerce.
Oo. Dati po silang mga mentees po ng Kapatid Mentor Me program. And they underwent one month session. So, ang mga PCE po, ang mga mentors po dyan from PCE. I think batch 4 ba kayo, Sir Sherwill? 2 years ago po ba?
Yes po, that's correct, ma'am.
2 years ago.
Last year, ma'am, last year.
lang. Yes.
O yun, Sherwin, kaya nga, Miss Michelle, sabi nga natin, tinutulungan natin yung mga entrepreneurs natin. So para makapag-focus kayo, Sherwin, sa negosyo ninyo, kami na bahala through credits.mylegalwiz.com. Kung may lang kailangan kayong kontrata, kung may kailangan kayong legal knowledge or advice, meron na kayong kaakibat dito sa credits.com, credits.mylegalwiz.com.
I think there's
how
a lesson
about
to be learned
Yes, yes.
doon sa ano no. Hindi, I was just saying lang,
Mhm,
maganda yung ginawa ni Sherwell eh.
mhm.
And I think that was also something I wanted to share sa beginning, no? I think I forgot about it lang. Yung importance talaga of being an adaptable business owner.
Yes.
Parang, especially during crisis, malaking bagay po yun. Kasi alam po natin yung business minsan kapag matagal ka na sa business. I'm sure si Sherwell probably might have had these questions in mind. Matagal na ako sa photography business. What else can I offer? And I've talked to so many businesses that are like that. Pero one thing I noticed as the businesses that really thrive during this time were the businesses that adapted to the times. And I think that's also tying to my legal whiz. Kasi po, I'm sure that people are thinking na for the longest time, legal services have always been offline. Why should I transfer online? What's my
Mhm.
assurance that it's accurate? Parang ganun. Pero
Yes.
I think just tying up to the principle that we get from Sherwell's story, you know, na especially now that things are moving so fast, advancement, technology, digitization, it's no longer the game is no longer how long have you been in business. The game now is how agile are you as a business. Kapag sinabi nating agile po, what that means is how fast can you shift your business.
Mhm. Yes.
I think the best example there is dalawang examples come in my mind. Number one, book sale. I just heard yesterday that book sale is now moving to Shopee, 'di ba?
Oh.
So, ang tagal na, 'di ba? Book sale used to be a store. It's a physical store. And it's a very traditional business kasi ang tagal na po. So to think that a business like that would shift towards online, especially towards a popular platform like Shopee, tells you enough that it's I think it's about time that small businesses also became adaptable. Another example I would like to share is yung Airbnb po. So alam
Mhm.
naman po natin during the pandemic, I'm sure if you think about it, business model wise, Airbnb was hit very hard because there's no tourism, there's no rentals in terms of short-term rentals because there's no one moving around. And so truth of the matter was about April of this year, there were already rumors that Airbnb was going to file for bankruptcy. Kasi there's no way to bounce back from that. All of a sudden, they lost 98% of their income, if you think about it that way, no? But ngayon, if you check Airbnb.com, they're still alive. Kasi po, I was listening to one of the interviews with their CEO. They made shifts to make them So they could not think na parang hindi kasi ganito tayo. We're just real estate rentals. Hindi eh. So what they did is they started to shift towards online experiences where people could do magic shows online, yung mga datin po nilang partners, they could do cooking shows online, they could do tutorials, online courses. So ngayon, if you look at it, Airbnb is still very well alive and kicking. So yun po, also at the same time, yung third example po natin is si Sir Sherwill. So nasa level po si Sir Sherwill with Airbnb if you think of it, and book sale in that sense. So it doesn't matter how big or small you are. Question is how adaptable are you as a business? That when technologies like this, like MyLegalWhiz come out, are you willing to try it out? Are you willing to test? Are you willing to experiment and see where it goes for your business?
Totoo yan, Patrick, no? It's how you fastly pivot, no? It's pivoting to a new, it's either a new business or a new aspect with your existing business. So, kung dati face-to-face transactions, now you shift to online. With my legal wisdom naman kasi, it's being used na 7 years ago, but it was used by a lot of lawyers and law students. But now it has been laymanized. It can be used by non-lawyers, and its use basically is augmentation or assisting role. Yung decision making pa rin nasa tao eh. Pero at least ngayon mas efficient na mag-decide, mas efficient na magsulat ng mga kontrata, mas guided na sila. We don't need to immediately go to a lawyer. You just need to ask MyLegalWhiz or type your questions through Ask Leia. By the way, before we go back to Jeric or to Sherwill, I want to inform everyone about Ask Leia. So ito po yung Ask Leia. Lagi pong gamit ito for those of our viewers who have legal questions. You can ask them now using Facebook, or you can ask Leia. Meron po tayo dyan, request for a legal research, a legal form. We can illustrate or explain a legal term or concept, and you can even attach a file. So for those, kasi marami tayong na-experience, no, may gumagawa ng promissory note, isusulat nila, ipipicture nila, tapos i-attach nila, tama ho ba ito? So yun, natutulungan po natin sila sa ganun. So sige, Miss Michelle, let's have a discussion with Mr. Jeric.
Yeah, si Sir Jeric naman po, ano naman po ang kwento natin? Sir Jeric?
Hi, good morning once again, and congrats sa MyLegalWhiz team sa development ng system nyo. So, my business is to web solutions. So, ang ginagawa namin is we provide primarily sa ngayon is social media marketing to both clients in the foreign and local. So, I'm gonna discuss is yung local clients namin is yung ginagawa namin pre-pandemic is we meet with clients, we visit their stores, we visit their site. So we meet somewhere in a cafe or sa office nila. Tapos yung naging pre-pandemic na is mas naging busy na yung messenger. Mas naging frequent na yung calls, and so parang may marami ng restrictions. And then in relation naman sa business namin, so it's a mixed results eh. So yung business kasi namin dito sa locals, kung yung local business is hindi sila benta, kahit na merong online marketing, we have to adjust na yung prices namin. So, yung full na pricing namin in a month, nagbigay na kami ng discount or nagbigay na kami ng free services para lang mabuhay yung business. And that's part of our vision na masuportahan yung mga small businesses dito sa San Fernando, La Union. So, winave namin yung fees kasi nahirapan kami, hindi kami makibenta. So, there are many factors naman. So, ma-add ko doon, the reason why is nagkaroon ng digitalization, nagkaroon ng seminars para sa mga small businesses. Way back December 2019, I'm fortunate and blessed to share about digitalization December 5 or 6 ata with DTI Region 1, I mentioned about digitalization na doon tayo papunta. And then, hindi ko akalain na yung COVID situation ang nag-trigger ng shift na yon or yung transition na yon. Now, the other side is not being discussed sa mga ganitong discussions in webinar. Ang na-inform lang kasi or na-educate nating mga professionals sa IT or sa web is yung mga businesses lang. Ang problema kasi hindi na-appreciate ng mga consumers. Kaya kahit na todo bigay ka sa online marketing mo, kahit paid marketing yan or organic marketing, ang nangyayari is natatakot yung taong bumili kasi they have to conserve their money, their funds para makasurvive sila kasi walang assurance. Hindi nila alam kung kailan matatapos yung pandemic. Kahit na magbenta ka dyan or mag-post ka ng sangkatutak na milk tea na masarap, kahit na maganda yung graphics namin or yung video or yung product mo or yung service mo, kung ayaw mag-cash out ng consumer or yung client mo, mahirap. So we have to move both sides, we have to educate both sides, and we have to take risk para yung economy umikot, hindi lang puro business na kami, oy, ganitong service namin up to the point na nagiging free na. So it has something to do with us educating din sa consumer side. So ang nangyari, weeks ago we I met with si Sir Sharu, napaka-resilient yan. Hindi siya takot na embrace yung digitalization. Nag-ask siya ng insights. Kasi sa batch namin, we belong to batch 4, 2019 na ng KMME. So, ang ginagawa namin, we try to meet kung may chance kami. We share our ideas, yung mga changes namin. And then, ang gusto ko sa ginawa ni Sir Sherwin is hindi siya natakot na embrace yung digitalization at hindi siya matakot na mag-change sa line of business. That's a good business model. Pati sa amin na provider ng web solutions, hindi rin kami natakot na mag-cut kami ng prices namin in support sa mga local clients namin. So, I think that's basically the summary sa business namin. Although, sa foreign clients namin, we have a good surge, we have a good demand. Pero sa locals, dito sa Pinas, specifically dito sa La Union, we have to adjust para kahit paano nakatulong kami sa mga local, and at the same time we educate consumers din. So I think that's my story para ma-share. Yeah.
Ang galing, no? Thank you, Jeric, for sharing that one. No, again, it's a story of adaptability, of shifting and pivoting. So, with the no naman with MyLegalWhiz, we want to basically talaga help everyone. Kaya nga sabi namin na we will provide this DTI codes for every businesses. No, makikita natin mamaya dito. We want to provide every small businesses, entrepreneurs, online knowledge, assistance, and protection. So yan po ang binibigay ng DTI at ang MyLegalWhiz sa lahat ng mga negosyante. So Patrick, are you there? Patrick, what do you think about yung sharing ni Jeric? Very inspiring din yung niya, yung ginawa niya sa negosyo and practical. Andiyan ba si Patrick? Para nawala yata. Anyway, Miss Michelle, can you also share us how we can invite all entrepreneurs to your training platform or training services? Kasi napakaganda ng results natin with our entrepreneurs dito.
Yes po. Yes, attorney. Actually, we have a lot of scheduled trainings din po sa mga probinsya natin. So our, let's say, 60 negosyo centers have scheduled also yung mga trainings din nila sa mga areas nila. I think isasama po natin itong MyLegalWhiz as part of those topics na i-discuss din nila. And at the same time, yes po, and at the same time, we will continue promoting po. Kasi this is a big help po sa mga MSMEs eh. I think napakadami din po nating viewers right now, no? We have MSMEs and at the same time, mga law students po yata yung nanonood din sa atin ngayon. Ayan.
May mga law students tayo.
Po, attorney, pwede po.
Yes, opo. Q&A na po tayo.
Yes po. So we have to key in lang po yung DTI R1 _ 500. Meron pa po bang other promo credits on top of this promo credit, attorney?
Meron, which is yung MLW 500. Kailangan ubusin muna nila yon, no? Yung MLW 500 and then yung DTI R1 _ 500. Kailangan maubos muna and then meron na naman tayong mga pag nag-expire yon, they can purchase additional credits or they can use other credits na binibigay namin. For example, meron kaming sa mga students na nanonood ngayon, kung may mga law students or business students, meron tayong tinatawag na ALSP 500 from Association of Law Students of the Philippines. Pwede nilang gamitin na sa credit code yon para magamit ang MyLegalWhiz. Actually, to be clear, free po ang MyLegalWhiz. Ang pag-access lang ng proprietary content sa knowledge at saka sa legal forms ang may corresponding credits. Pero yung mga cases, yung mga batas, anything related to COVID-19 are free. And also a lot of knowledge entries na isang paragraph lang, libre po yun. So, meron po tayong questions. Q&A na po tayo from the audience and also from the DTI representatives.
Okay, how about sa ating MSMEs na nandito right now? Si Sir Sherwill, na-try
Hi,
niyo na po
Sherwill.
ba yung ating online platform, MyLegalWhiz?
Ano po, I will try to check the website tonight kapag tapos ng mga gagawin ko today. Pero I'm really interested po doon, lalo doon sa mga forms. Can you give me like price range nung parang mga documents? Does it start at around 100 up to 1,000 po ba or more than pa yung price range ng documents?
Yes, sure will. It starts with 100. So kung nakita mo kanina yung deeds of sale natin, yung contract of sale of automobile, 100 lang yon. And then may mga affidavits din tayo dito, mga agreements, 100 din. Affidavits. Even mga practical affidavits, affidavits of loss, for the family, affidavit of legitimacy, nandyan na. Kasi hindi lang tayo mga business documents, mga personal legal documents nandito na rin. So 100 to kanina
Okay,
nakita nyo yung distributorship agreement, 500 credits yun. Yes, sure, Will.
And ano po no, pagka kunwari download namin yung file and then we edit it out, we still have to ano rin po like parang may dry seal pa rin yun coming from an attorney.
Yes.
Tama po ba?
Kailangan pa rin kung,
sir?
for example, an affidavit, kailangan nyo pa rin panotaryo yun. Kung meron kayong malapit na notaryo dyan, pwede nyong ibigay na yung ready document or pwede kayong mag-avail ng e-notary. Pakita po natin dito. Meron tayong e-notary. Dito,
E-notary.
sa Ask Lea natin, makikita natin dito.
Galing, e-notary.
Merong e-notary sa baba. And then we will connect you to a lawyer that provides for e-notary services. So provide the type of document to be notarized, your geographic location, and other instructions. So ginawa po ito ng Supreme Court para ma-accommodate tayong lahat during the pandemic and ma-prevent natin yung pagkalat ng COVID-19. Kaya gumawa sila ng parang e-notary. Pero sure will, and also our viewers sa Facebook, medyo may pagka ano pa to, traditional kasi kailangan nyo pa talagang i-send itong dokumento na to via courier, LBC, Lalamove, etc. sa notary public. So hindi yung parang email lang tapos email din yung tatak. Hindi po, kailangan pa pong tatakin yun.
Okay.
Ayan, e-notary. Yes.
Pero definitely sir, dahil doon sa ganitong platform, no, malaki ang masisave mo, lalo na when you go to the attorney and ready na yung documents mo. More on documentary stamps and ano na lang po yung
Yes,
provide nila.
sure,
Tama po ba?
ganun na nga ang new normal ngayon with MyLegalWhiz. Makakatipid ka, mas mabilis yung serbisyo, and at the same time, because of this support, you can focus well on your businesses. I think si Patrick, meron siyang gustong i-share din dito your experience with the documents and notarization.
Baka isipin lang ng iba na paano na yung lawyers, wala na silang trabaho. And actually, to be honest, well, in my business, I've worked also aside from my business, I've also in my personal dealings din. I've worked with lawyers and I've told them about MyLegalWhiz and they're actually very happy about it. Kasi po, if you're a lawyer and especially here in the Philippines, alam naman po natin there's a very big lack of lawyers eh. So tama Dex, no? I think when we check the numbers in the public attorney's
Yes.
office alone, one
Oo.
public attorney will take hundreds of cases every year. So they're
Correct.
very busy people. So if they find that there's a service like this na their clients can just download the form, all they have to do is just review to check the specifics, just proofread it and then put a notarized stamp on it. It saves
Yes.
them a lot of time as well. So it's a win-win situation. I had an instance before. Well, of course, in my line of business, same po with Sir Jeric. So contracts are very important because we're in the B2B sector. So we usually work, yung clients po natin are also businesses. So paperwork and documentation is very important. When I was starting
Yeah.
off, I could not really afford a lawyer yet. So my only source of contracts and documents was Google. And Google is very helpful, don't get me wrong. It's very, very helpful. Pero kasi if you're looking for something as contextualized as Philippine legal documents, it's hard to look for that online. Especially sometimes when there are changes and there's like this COVID pandemic. So it's hard to look for contextualized information. So when I tried MyLegalWhiz before, and I started using MyLegalWhiz to look for legal documents, it saved me a lot of time and a lot of hassle. Kasi po before, I had an instance where I downloaded a non-disclosure agreement online. And of course, because I'm not a lawyer, I did not really have the eye for detail to check every single line. And I found out that there was a line that had the word United States on it. So right then and there, the
Yeah.
non-disclosure agreement was useless. Kasi po may error eh. So when I saw that, it's like, oh no, this I only have two options. Either I get a lawyer to write a document for me, or I can look for an online service. And true enough, during that time, fortunately, also started working with Dexter on some projects, and I started using MyLegalWhiz. And when I use that, it saved so much hassle for me talaga. And I mean, at the end of the day, I was more professional. On the side of my clients as well, they felt safer because they knew that my documents were legitimate and they were counter checked. They practically looked like they were made by a lawyer. And then and all I had to do was just pay for notarization.
Yes, oo, Patrick. I think that was 2016 ba yan? 2015? 5 years ago yata yun. Eh, no?
I remember back in 2015 yun when I sold my first car. So no, sorry, that's 2014 I think. I'm not so sure anymore. Pero yun, when me and my wife went to get a car, a car deed of sale, we were charged 2%. So we were selling it for about 150-ish, parang ganon. I don't really remember the exact figures anymore. But well, or I would have spent about 3,000, 4,000. So I downloaded it off MyLegalWhiz, and then we just had it notarized behind the city hall for 150 pesos. So what was 3,000 pesos was a whole lot less now through MyLegalWhiz.
Yeah. Oh, so speaking of non-disclosure agreement, for sure, meron na encounter itong sina Jeric and Sherwill kasi they're into web solutions eh. So pag kumukuha siguro ng mga client, sabi nga ni Jeric kanina, he cannot divulge some of his client transactions. Kasi tama ba, Jeric, na you need to sign an NDA or non-disclosure agreement?
Yes, kailangan po yung contract na it's usually si client ang magpo-provide ng NDA, yung non-disclosure agreement. At the same time, we have we support kahit na may NDA or wala. Hindi kami basta-bastang nadi-disclose as a part of what we do. Yan. Ganun po.
So yun, Thank you, Jeric. So yun, no? Even if sometimes meron ka non-disclosure agreement, pero kung talagang if you want to break it, you will break it. Eh. So it's really about trust in business and relationships. So ito, we have a question here. Kasama na po ba ang notarization doon sa legal form since bayad naman po with credits? Sir, kailangan pa rin pong itatakin ng patatakan nitong mga dokumento na to sa isang notary public kasi po as of now, ang Supreme Court hindi pa po inaalaw ang digital notary na yung digital talaga yung tatak. Kailangan pa pong ipatatak sa mga notary public sa lugar ninyo. Ayan. So questions pa po from our audience and also from our entrepreneurs.
Yung validity na sabi na nila.
May nakita po tayo dito like a software licensing agreement for web solutions also and for baka ma-encounter nyo rin ito in the future. Meron na rin tayong agreement like this one. Yan. For example, since this is a complicated agreement, there's a lot of details. It's not 100 credits, it's 400 credits, but it's still very affordable. Parang ang peg nga namin, it's 10% or less than the usual contracts na makikita nyo if someone will do it for you. But if you need to customize this one, for example, this software licensing agreement, for example, Jeric, you need assistance, you can just ask Leia and we will help you. You just need to give us the details and we will draft a contract for you. So ganun lang, and then it won't reach thousands and thousands of pesos. No, mura lang talaga. And then you can rest assured, then kinabukasan or the next few days meron ka ng agreement. Ang tanong ko lang, meron ba kayong non-compete na agreement with your clients, Jeric? Jeric? Hello?
Sorry, non-compete agreement depende po sa client kung ilalagay po niya na clause po yun. Pero normally po is wala.
NDA
Kasi,
talaga no?
Yes po. Pero we have an experience dati, pero based sa Hong Kong, nagkaroon siya ng ganun, pero hindi ako pwedeng allowed na kumuha ng client doon sa Hong Kong. Pero I am allowed to get clients naman sa ibang bansa or dito, local.
Yeah.
Yes po.
So before we get to the next question, I want to remind also to our entrepreneurs and the viewers, hindi lang po business documents or legal knowledge about business dito sa MyLegalWhiz, pati domestic issues, domestic information nandito po. So for example, if you have a problem about succession, meron tayong estate dito, estate taxes, sa mag-asawa, psychological incapacity, nandyan din. Yan po. And estate taxation, yan, mga domestic cases, support. So persons with obligation to support. So hindi lang po mga business legal issues or laws ang meron tayo sa MyLegalWhiz. You can use it also for your personal legal purposes. Sa mga may asawa, so hopefully wala naman naghihiwalay. You can type, for example, legal separation. Kompleto po tayo from business, civil, taxation, and different kinds of laws like international commercial transactions. So, yan po. For marriage, sabi po dito, in other words, kailangan pa rin po namin pumunta sa notary public. According to Arthur Aubrey, yes po, kailangan pa rin po. Ayan. Any questions, Ms. Michelle?
Attorney, yun pong ating mga credits, no? How long po yan na ay yung validity po niya
Yung credits po
para
natin,
magamit yung
number one, ang expiration niya is 1 year. So, the next year pa po mag-expire yan for unused credits.
Okay. 1 year validity.
Apo, 1 year po ang validity niyan. So, hopefully, magamit po lahat ng mga negosyante natin. And also the public, kung sino man pong nanonood, you can use it for your business and also for your personal legal issues.
So how about po si Sir Jeric? May questions po ba kayo, sir? Additional concerns regarding the platform?
Yes po, sa platforms po, I don't think if this is the best time to add some suggestions sa site. I think it's good to add some visuals po kasi, you know, if you speak about legal, parang binibigyan mo sila ng book, puro text. So, some guys like us or other MSMEs or ang hinahanap nila is yung layman's term or yung may visuals para easy to understand. You know, kasi if you, my initial review is if you check your site, I think last night I checked the site, is parang medyo nalulan ako kasi puro text. Although it's good if I'm doing some search. Yan, so that's one. And then the second one is yung privacy. I noticed kasi when you log in sa site, I think you are familiar with GDPR. That's in the UE, if I'm not mistaken. Pero it's being followed sa lahat ng sites na parang may privacy policy na we do not collect your data, we keep it private, we do not share to third parties, may mga ganun. So I think if we relate that, as small business po, if we simulate po yung offline, kung kunwari may problema kami sa business deal namin with our client, ang mangyayari kasi is hindi makakatulog yung business owner. So ang kagandahan ng MyLegalWhiz is your system is accessible anytime. So kung hindi ka makatulog, hindi mo na hintayin yung 8 o'clock appointment mo kay attorney, mag-login ka na lang sa site mo, pwede sa CR, pwede sa sakyan, pwede sa kwarto. So I think that's an advantage po sa MyLegalWhiz, which is helpful po para sa amin. At the same time, in an offline setting is kung papasok ka sa isang law office, ang kailangan mo is yung confidential kasi malay mo nakakahiya yung case mo or dihado ka, may mga ibang clients din doon, baka marinig. So, ang kagandahan naman ng MyLegalWhiz is end-to-end siya. So, it's between me, through the browser, and your system. So, doon pa lang is parang secret na yung dating niya. So, I think it's a good point para sa system po natin. Ngayon, yung sa legal naman is yung information na na-input namin sa system is how sure we are na confidential siya or private, since my question then is your system encrypted po? Kasi may mga you know how Google operates, and Facebook, they track yung mga searches po natin. So they can meron silang algorithm to identify kung ano yung ini-input mo basing on the words na sinesearch mo. So, from there, pwedeng the system or kung meron kang ganun is ma-identify nila kung anong pinagdadaanan mo during that time. So, that's one issue rin if you're conscious about confidential. And then, from my list is it relatable and educational in layman's terms? So, going back kanina, so kung puro text naman siya, medyo matatakot yung magbabasa. So maganda sana kung ito kasing system is parang inbound siya client is i-access yung system, mas maganda sana if we add that feature na yung system nyo is outbound rin where it's informative rin sa iba. Parang easy reading. So that's my suggestion sa part na yun. And then on my list is number 6 is how frequent do you update yung database and do you archive updated docs and reference system? So example, may policy 1 and then June 1 and then by July 1 meron ng updated policy ulit. So how do you archive that outdated document? So
Yeah.
I think yun muna.
Yun,
Then we will
yes, number 1, thank you very much for your question and insight, Jeric. Yes, we constantly do illustrations sa MyLegalWhiz tulad nito. No, we provide some illustrations and we really laymanize a lot of content in MyLegalWhiz. Kung makikita natin kanina, yung COVID-19 natin, may mga Tagalog tayo dito. Tagalog, English in laymanized words para maintindihan ng mga non-lawyers. Pero basically, ang law kasi, very technical yan. Hindi pwedeng baguhin yung wordings ng batas. So kaya meron tayong MyLegalWhiz Ask Leah. Kung meron mang hindi maintindihan, kung makikita nyo po dito sa screen, may mga Tagalog tayo dito, ano ang bagong classification ng COVID-19, etc. So makikita nyo dyan. In a way, laymanized na siya. Hindi pa lang siya specific for any dialect like Cebuano or Ilocano. Hindi pa, pero meron tayong Taglish dito. And at the same time, tama ka rin, Jeric, no? Kailangan may mga illustrations tayo specifically for terms na mahirap intindihin. So ginagawa natin yan constantly. With regards to privacy, yes, no, we are a group of not only engineers and designers but also lawyers. So we know that the privacy is paramount here kasi marami, para na rin kaming public attorney's office eh. Sa mga nanonood po, no, maraming nagtatanong sa amin. Personal, legal issues, tinatanong po nila. So we keep that private, but we need to know your email address so that we can reply to your question. So ganun ang ginagawa natin. And also for your searches, no, ang algorithm naman natin dito, kung ano yung lagi mong sinesearch, we can recommend a relevant term for you so that the next search, mas efficient ka nang makakuha ng information na kailangan mo talaga.
Yes, I would
Jeric?
like to add something more. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sige.
I think it's a good feature if we add like yung parang frequently searched question kasi you know instead na mag-search ka doon ano kayong sa search ko kasi mag-isip pa siya eh. So maybe we can add some section there na relatable nga na parang help na scam ako what to do. Parang kilik na nila meron na siyang outline doon. So parang mas easy siya sa user or parang may featured question, meron siyang commonly asked question, merong trending question about kasi ang nangyari is example is nag-order ako ng item tapos mali yung binigay na order, paano ko siya i-demanda or mga ganun. Usually ganun ang question, wrong item. So I think it's good na may mga ganung article siguro or section na accessible na kaagad instead of doing some search na trending ngayon sa pandemic situation natin.
Magandang suggestion yun, Jeric, no? Usually, ang ginagawa naman ng ano natin, ng mga users natin, kunyari, wala Tagalog, no? Very specific yung question, they can search it or they can ask Leah. It has a time for us to respond. But the thing is, dito kasi sa Ask Leah natin, medyo free for all to. Kahit Tagalog or English, tuloy-tuloy, they can ask questions. And then, we can answer them using the language that they use in the question. Ang behavior kasi ng mga ano natin, users natin, pag pumunta na sila sa MyLegalWhiz, meron na silang tanong. Hindi sila yung parang law student. Kasi law student, ano alam na nila, search talaga yan Parang meron na silang assignment, alagay na nila yung mga cases nila. Pag mga non-lawyers naman, they have a specific concern already, and then they will either ask Leah or they will try to search.
Okay. Question po.
Yes.
Na-mention po ba kung yung Ask Leah is real-time po nasasagot?
Yes, meron tayong sumasagot acknowledgement, no? Tapos we will research for it. Our team Ask Leah is a team, a legal research team that answers questions. So it has a lag time, like for example, a few hours to 1 day to answer the question. Meron tayong tanong dito kay Mr. Arthur Aubrey Alviar. Sir, naka-login na ako kaso wala yung form na hinahanap ko. Is there a way to request that form kasi wala po makita doon sa legal form? Yes po. Ito po, kung nakikita nyo po dito, Ask Leah. So sa Ask Leah po, meron po tayong request a legal form. Ano po ang form na hinahanap ninyo? I-type nyo lang po dito yung form and then you send it. Ganun po kaganda ang MyLegalWhiz. You have a database that is ready just in case wala doon yung hinahanap nyo, you can ask Leah. Okay, any more questions? Jeric?
I think I'm good po. Thank you.
Okay na rin po ako.
Okay, thank you, Sherwin. Miss Michelle?
Yes po. I have one last question from an MSME po ito na PM po niya sa akin. Kung sakali daw po na naubos na yung kanyang promo credits, pwede daw po bang mag-renew?
Opo.
Pwede po bang gawin yun, attorney?
Opo, ang binigay po natin using the DTI codes, so you can pag naubos po yung 1,000, you can buy through PayPal ng codes. 1 credit is equal to 1 peso. So you can pay through GCash. Kung kailangan nyo ng 300, 500, 1,000 credits, you can pay through GCash or pay through PayPal. Or you can send through our BPI account.
So far, wala na po yatang questions. Attorney?
Okay, wala na pong question. So thank you very much po sa lahat nag-participate today. Good morning sa inyong lahat. Patrick, maybe you want to say something before we end it.
I think siguro just the one last thing I want to share is the insight. Kasi usually we get this question, is MyLegalWhiz an investment for your business? We want to make it clear that we do not think of MyLegalWhiz as an investment. Kasi po, usually of course, for the SMEs and business owners here, we know what an investment is like. Na parang we put in this money and then we get a certain amount of money back. There are cases where it can help you save money, yes, definitely. Yes. And we've heard so many stories of people who have shared that they were able to save thousands of pesos on legal fees and documents and just legal information. But more importantly, I think what we should think of is that having a service like MyLegalWhiz is like having legal insurance. Legal insurance where you have it there in on standby, and of course we have 1,000 credits there for free for you to use, so you don't even have to put out money in that sense. Pero even if you had to pay for it, think of it as an insurance where if I don't need it, then I don't need it. But when the time comes that I do need it, it will really help you save a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of effort. So MyLegalWhiz is your legal insurance.
Yes, thank you, Patrick. Totoo po yun. So, if you need something, if you need help, you just need to access MyLegalWhiz. Sabi nga ni RD, available at your fingertips. So, using your mobile phone, tablet, or computer, anywhere you are, pag kailangan nyo ng tulong, you just need to access MyLegalWhiz. Either you search or ask questions. No, again, para na kaming attorneys for everyone. Kasi digital na and we can reach the masses all over the country. Miss Michelle?
Yes po, attorney. Attorney, before we end siguro this session, no, may I also invite yung ating mga MSMEs ngayon. They can actually promote their products and services. Maybe we can
Yes,
start with Sir Sherwill.
yes, sure will.
Yeah, we have a lot of viewers right now. We are
Sure will,
100 plus ang
naka-mute
viewers
ka lang.
natin ngayon. Maybe you want to promote
Yes, please promote your business, sure will. Naka-mute ka lang.
Sherwill.
Yes, okay.
Yon.
Um, I'll just promote both if okay lang. Hello po.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
oo.
Hello po.
Hmm.
Okay na po ba? Hello?
Hello.
Yes,
Yun, okay.
naririnig ka namin.
Yun, thank you po for the opportunity. First, gusto ko i-promote yung business namin. If you need film, photography, advertising, uh, just contact us, Sherwood Age Productions. And if you also need products, hello?
Sige, sure will. You can
Yes,
you can
hello,
repeat it.
Sherwill. Sige
Medyo
lang.
nakat lang.
Naririnig ka namin. Hello.
Hello po.
Naputol siya. Hello. Sherwill? Sige, ulitin natin, no? Yung Sherwill Ridge Productions at saka...
Hello? Hi.
Hello.
Naririnig ka namin.
Okay, okay. Again, if you need product photography, apo, yung luntian na po, both na ipopromote ko. Opo. Ayan. So if you guys need the product photography, advertising campaign, mga video campaigns, just contact us, Sure Will Rage Productions. We have Facebook fan page. Tapos if you guys are into you have needs for essential oils or humidifiers, just contact us Luntian, also Luntian Home Good Shop. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sure will. Si Jeric naman?
Hi to our viewers once again. This is Jarek of Creative 28 Web Solutions. So we provide social media management. We help you with your designs, with your posting ideas. So we give you business solutions then. Hindi lang po kami for web. We also do offline solutions para sa inyo. And then we have reached here in ang reach po namin is dito sa San Fernando City. If you're based in La Union, well, let's connect. And then another one is I'll promote Collab Space. This is the first collaborative business in the region. We are the first co-working business and collaborative space dito sa San Fernando, La Union. So if you're looking into online and offline collaborations, look for our space. Dito kami sa harap ng Manamol sa Pagdarawan, second floor po. Sa taas po kami ng Andox. So we provide co-working space. We connect with other people. We help you connect with other business. So basically, if you become a member with us, you avail of our space, you inherit my network, and then we connect you to the right people and to the right business. That's it, and thank you.
Thank you, Jeric. So, baka may gusto kayong batiin, Miss Michelle, sina Lovely, tsaka si Ma'am, andiyan ba si Ma'am Nieva? Patrick, ikaw, maybe you want to say something before we end. You want to say, hi to someone. or invite them in your also business consultancy business. Nag-ano na sila.
Huwag na, dami ko ng clients.
Okay.
Wala na akong time. Hindi, siguro
Yes
I
po.
also want to
First
know
of
lang
all,
na,
maraming salamat po sa mga
Sige, ma'am, go
invited
ahead.
MSMEs po namin.
Yes, ma'am. Sige. Tuloy nyo lang, ma'am. So anyway, thank you very much for attending this talk. No, thank you very much to Miss Michelle, to Ma'am Nieva, to Patrick, to Sherville, to Jeric, to Lovely, and for all those who are watching, don't forget po, no, we are here to support you. You just need to sign up to credits.mylegalwiz.com and input DTI R1 underscore 500. And we look forward to interacting to you soon through Ask Leia or through any of our platforms, credits.mylegalwiz.com or web.mylegalwiz. So, thank you po sa lahat. Miss Michelle, may last words ka ba?
May naririnig ka pa? Wala na, no?
Meron po.
Hello po, wala na po.
Hindi na tayo naririnig, Patrick. Anyway, thank you very much po sa lahat ng mga nanonood and have a great day.
bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
When you need legal guidance, MyLegalWhiz is your convenient online legal resource and assistant. Start by going to credits.mylegalwiz.com. Once logged in, type
Thank
for
you po.
example,
Thank you so much. Thank
MGCQ,
you po.
which stands for Modified General Community Quarantine. And all information related to MGCQ will appear. Click the link and you'll see guidelines for areas under MGCQ. If you need assistance, we have Leia. Leia stands for Legal Engineer Assistant. She helps in doing legal research and writing documents. But before that, you need to know how to use Leia's page. First is the drop-down menu. This allows you to choose what type of document, task, or request you need from Leia. Then type your request or concern. In this text box, you can ask any legal question that you have for Leia. For example, if you're a landlord and you want to know if you can start collecting rent during ECQ, it's just as easy as typing your question. You can even attach a file for Leia's reference. You'll receive an email confirming that we have received your inquiry. In a short while, you'll receive a notification with Leia's response. Go to your inbox, click View, and see the answer. Let's try to search for another topic. All information related to video conferencing will appear. MyLegalWhiz also allows you to download forms for a specific amount of credits. You can do that by selecting Legal Forms in the menu bar. Let's say you want to download a training agreement form. Click the green button so you can fully download it. You may download it in different file formats found in the upper right corner. You can now use it for your intended purposes. Can't find what you're looking for? Ask Leia. And that's why MyLegalWhiz is the best digital legal assistant.